Are you done being single? Are you ready to attract the right man? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how to dress to capture his attention with really good tips for highlighting your best features and choosing the perfect outfit. So get ready to reflect on the outside, the amazing woman you are on the inside, and embrace your unique style. With these top style tips, you're going to feel confident, look fabulous, and you're going to attract the partner that you deserve. If you're single right now, whether you are divorced or you were engaged and you're not, or you were never married or something in between, and you don't want to be single, I'm going to ask you a question. Write down for me, or think in your mind of 3 or 4 descriptions of the perfect man out there. Let's say the perfect man is out there. What kind of adjectives would you use to describe him to me? Pause right now if you need to write them down, 4 or 5 adjectives, or pause, and if you don't have a pen, then just think about what they are. And they might include the following. Maybe you want someone that's a man who's confident, independent, successful, interesting. Maybe he must be godly. He must be funny. Maybe you want someone adventurous, someone who is experienced and again, good looking would be great, confident, right? So all of those things, typically a lot of women have a lot of those adjectives in common. Then my next question is this. With that list in front of you, and again, pause it if you haven't written those things down, do that now. With that list in front of you, here's my question. Is how you dress day to day lining up with the description of that man? As usually at this point, the women say to me, no, it's not. It's usually the answer. If you're not dressing every day in a way that's going to attract that kind of man, well, it might be why you're single. One of the easiest ways to communicate on the outside, the woman that you are on the inside, without having to go speed dating all the time, is by what you wear and how you dress. You can walk into a room and turn heads and be admired and respected as a woman of style, a woman of strength, a woman of substance, without saying a word. So that's my first invitation here, my lovely, is the easiest thing, the next easiest thing for you to do, to get up, dress up, and go and meet the man that potentially is your life partner, is to make sure that you are authentically the woman that he is looking for. Because he is not looking for someone who works from home in her PJs or her techie-tracky. He's not looking for someone who is sloppy and inconsistent and looks perfectly polished and presented at the office and at the meetings, but is a Rocky Horror Picture Show at home. He's not looking for someone who's inconsistent and critical and has a long list of what he must meet in terms of requirements, but yet she doesn't meet those. He's not looking for that. So that is just your hello and welcome invitation from me, is as women, we can be modern and modest at the same time. It's okay to show a little bit of skin. I'm a woman of deep and profound faith. You can be modern and modest. You can be sexy and feminine and not reveal anything of yourself. You can, all of these things we have to our creative abilities. But it starts with the woman in the mirror. Because if you're not getting up and dressing up, if you're not putting your best foot forward, if you are not dressing in a way that reflects the woman that he's looking for, that means you're not committed to yourself. And if you're not committed to you, honey, why should he be? I'm going to give you a perfect example. So one of my clients, beautiful Karen, she's in her early 60s. And when we met and she came into my coaching program, which if you're interested in, click on the link below at lindapage.com and you can find out more and attend one of my free webinars. And so we first met and she said, Linda, just right off the bat, I've been single. I've been by myself for 12 years. And I have decided, I've just come to the conclusion, I've accepted the fact that I'm going to live the rest of my days as a single woman. I haven't planned to do that. I haven't wanted to do that, but I've accepted it. And then she said, so can we talk wardrobe? I'm like, no, we can't. Because the first half of wardrobe is mindset. So I hope you've got a pen and paper. I hope you're going to write this down. We can talk fashion all day long, I said to her, but unless we address mindset, nothing that I teach you, nothing that I share with you on the fundamentals of fashion is ever going to stick. It's not going to last, and you're going to waste your time and money and my time, and we may as well just call it quits right now. Your self-talk and your personal beliefs and these all, your spiritual beauty starts with your heart. So what you see in the mirror, what you say about yourself, whether you are your own biggest critic, which most women are, or whether you are someone who encourages herself and accepts her body and her beauty, these all determine whether or not you're single. They're all influence whether or not you are going to attract or repel Mr. Right out there. So back to Karen. So we addressed her mindset because my coaching program is 50% mindset, 50% skill set. We first address that which you see in the mirror, which is all based up here. And then we go to capsule wardrobe and hair and makeup and accessories and all that fun stuff. So Karen and I got to work on flipping that script, that which she was telling herself, which was possible, not possible. And I coached her through my program, and the assignment is in there on exactly how to do that. It was months. It wasn't even 3 months, if I'm correct, where she started telling herself something different, that she decided, well, I am going to meet someone, and we flipped the script, and those are her words, and those are private words. It wasn't 3 months until she actually went on a date with a man who she now is engaged to be married to. This is 2023 I'm talking about. This is a real recent story. It was a matter of weeks after changing her mindset on this that she got out there and started dating again and started suddenly attracting a higher quality man. Coincidence? I don't know. She changed her mindset. Whether or not she believed it at the time was irrelevant. I said to her, just do this. This is what you're going to do and say. Then she started working on the clothing. Suddenly a different kind of man comes along after 12 years of the wrong men and really? It's not coincidence. So after 12 years of being single and disappointingly saying to herself, I'm just accepting that I'm going to be single the rest of my life, she is now engaged to be married to an incredibly handsome, incredible man by the name of David, and I couldn't be more thrilled for both of them. That should tell you that good men are out there, and I know them. I've met them. There are good men out there who are looking for good women. But I can tell you this, that if you're not committed to you, why should he be? And you will have a reputation, whether you're aware of it or not, as someone who is consistent and excellent and puts her best foot forward and gets up and dresses up and has a good, healthy, productive, professional, energetic, interesting home routine as you do your office routine. Or you'll be known as somebody who is erratic, spontaneous, impetuous, and inconsistent, and is one way with some people and another way with other people and different at home. And that's not trustworthy. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's not trustworthy. You want to develop that consistency, and it's on the inside, but people can't see your insides. We can't see your organs and your heart and your mind and your thoughts and your feelings and your amazing creativity and your expertise. So you need to do what I call dress to connect. Dress on the outside in a way that will reflect the woman on the inside, because guess what? He might be at the grocery store, and you go in there sometimes looking like the Rocky Horror Picture Show, hoping that nobody recognizes you, and you duck in and duck out, hoping you won't bump into anybody. You run your errands or do the school run. The pajama pandemic is over. I don't know if you got the memorandum, but it's over. It should never have happened, but it did, and so we roll with the punches, right? It's a part of my mission. You are not that woman who, in your PJs working from home, is wanting to attract that kind of character into your life, because they're out there, and you probably have met some of them. So if you're working in your PJs and in your yoga pants and your tacky-tracky and stopping about, I'm sorry, not sorry to tell you, you deserve attracting the same. Why wouldn't you? Birds of a feather flock together. Or are you the bait and switch kind? You get really well dressed for your interview, you land the job, and after 3 months of having the job, you stop making an effort and you start dressing down, and you no longer are that powerful, beautiful ambassador for that brand. Are you going to bait and switch on your husband? I'm dressing the same way today. We're married for 21 years next month. I dress the same today as I did when I met him 22 years ago. No different. Why? Well, one of the things he loved about me when we met was how I dress and my personal style. My passion for fashion has not gone away. I feed it. Does it take effort yet? Yes. Is it worth it? Oh my gosh, 100-fold. On that note, let me give you my quick story. I am someone who loves the color red. It's my favorite color. I think it's a beautiful, bold, biblical, by the way, color. And my story from a single woman back in the day is red to wed. Apparently, my husband noticed me on a balcony full of women. We were in corporate. We were all suited and booted. Beautiful women, by the way. Most of them younger and more beautiful and powerful and successful. And apparently he noticed me because I was the only woman wearing red lipstick and a red blouse under my suit. And he decided, I didn't meet him that day. He just targeted. He just said, target acquired. And then we met some weeks later because he decided to seek me out. And we worked in a big company, the same company, and he sought me out. And hello, here we are 21 years later. I call it red to wed. Read, enough said. If you want to make a big statement in terms of finding a confident, independent, interesting, adventurous man, wear red. One question I get from my beautiful singles is what to wear as the perfect first date night outfit. Well, there isn't one golden rule out there that applies to everyone. There just isn't. We've got to talk body shape and then highlight your best bits and your personality and where do you live and what is the first date? Is it a coffee date? Is it a lunch date? Is it a dinner date? Is it, what is it? All those things come into play, and we can get those answers in the first 30 seconds, by the way. It's very easy. But my answer is usually two-worded, and that is know thyself. Once you understand your body shape and you know what really makes you confident and what knocks your confidence, and that's an easy conversation as well, but you know what you like. You know if you're an introverted, quiet, softly spoken person, you're not going to feel confident in a red, bold dress with 9-inch heels and big bling. You won't feel like you. It's really important to dress on the outside in a way that reflects the woman on the inside and to really take it up a notch and to leave an impression. You want to leave a really good, sexy, beautiful, oh my gosh, how do I get her to say yes to another date, a second date impression? That's what you want to do. That impression doesn't have to look on one as it does on you. So for me, for example, I am a bold, driven, ambitious, competitive, spontaneous, dramatic kind of personality. There's a lot going on. I have storms and weather of emotions on any given 5 minutes of any given day. And so how I like to dress is bold and dramatic. If I dress quietly and softly and I don't like florals. I love floral with other women. I think it looks beautiful. On me, I'm like, doesn't feel right. So I am in bold statement block colors like black and red and hot pink and turquoise. Or if it's all black, then I do like bold lips and bold earrings. And I'll wear big, bold earrings all the time. This is going to give any man that I meet on the first date an indication that I am a bold, outspoken woman. And if that's what he's after, great. If it's not, maybe we didn't figure that out online. But so that's what you need to do is know thyself. What do you like? And what makes you feel good? And if you don't know, the word of the day is play. Go and play in your closet, shop your closet, put some heels on. Pretend you're going on a date that you are working on getting and you don't have it yet. Practice. Practice is the breakfast of champions. If you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail, as they say. You've heard that before, right? So it applies to your wardrobe as well. If you are serious about meeting a man and doing life with him one day, you better be investing the time, the money, and the effort in getting up, dressing up, and being that bold light on a hill, whether it's a soft, beautiful light or a bold, striking light that he's looking for. And when you put yourself out there consistently and authentically and in a trustworthy, approachable way, he will find you. They're out there. Trust me, I know them. There's really good single men out there looking for really good single women to do life with. So you want to know thyself. Ask yourself, what do I like? Do I want to wear, it's a dinner date, a cute little black dress that's, not going to reveal too much, but maybe it's a little bit off shoulder, with some heels and a beautiful classy jacket and dripping in bling. Where are we going, by the way? What's the location? Or do you want that same little black dress with flat shoes, which can look equally beautiful, equally cute, with a trench coat, which is part of the capsule wardrobe staple item you need in your wardrobe, which you can put over that, which suggests a kind of like European stylish flair that you have to your personal style. There's so many ways you can go. Do you wear your bootleg jeans with your heels or your boots, open toe or closed toe? If it's open toe, what color is your nail polish? What blows your hair back? You need to know yourself before he gets to know yourself. And a beautiful way to do that is to understand how to dress on the outside in a way that will reflect the woman on the inside. And remember, you want to leave a lasting impression. If you really like him, especially when you walk away at the end of the date, or at the end of the night or the day or whatever, you want him to take a second glance looking back and go, I hope I get to see her again. I hope she says yes. I don't want to play it I want to play it cool. Maybe I'll send her a message tomorrow. But I hope she says yes to another date. What does that look like? And put that outfit on. A huge part of your outfit that you put on for that date or for that dinner date or for whatever it is or that online meeting is, of course, your nonverbal outfit, your body language. There, you could wear the most beautiful outfit on the planet, but if you are frowning, you're not smiling, and you're all hunching, and you're not communicating confidence, it's not going to fly. And you're not going to feel good, and you're not going to feel confident, and you're not going to leave an impression, or you will, and it'll be the wrong one. So when it comes to body language, it's a huge part. It accounts for more than half of the impression that you leave. So you want to be smiling. And if you're anything like me, I had to train myself to smile over the years, because I frown when I concentrate and I forget to smile. And I love people watching, and I look at people, and if I'm looking at them up and down, I look more at women than any men look at women. I like up and they're the most beautiful creatures on the planet. If I look them up and down without smiling, it's going to come across really bitchy. That is just what it is. So I smile, and then always like, oh my gosh, I'm admiring your jeans and the belt and the shoes, and fashion is a conversation starter. It's just what it is. So eye contact. You need to check yourself. Do you have good eye contact? How do you know? I have so many introductory new client Zoom calls with new, beautiful, amazing, highly accomplished women who, when they talk, they catch me every 10 seconds or so, and then they just talk to the wall, and we're talking about their goals and the business, and I'm like, all right, stop right there. What's with the lack of eye contact? Are you aware of it? And they're like, no, I'm not. Okay, point number 1 of your personal style, eye contact. We've had a 15-minute conversation, you haven't broken or cracked a smile yet. What's up with that? That's point number 2 in your personal style. Where you're sitting down, and we've been on the Zoom call for 20 minutes now, and I've seen you cross your arms and hunch back, and you're leaning back, and you're talking to someone over there while I'm talking to you. That's not trustworthy. That's part of your personal style. Personal style includes how you treat people, how you treat yourself to begin with. That's why I talk about falling in love with the woman in the mirror, but that's another conversation for another time. Join my free webinar if you want to learn more about that. Go to lindapage.com and find out more about my coaching program. It changes lives, because that's what I love to do, but I had to change my own first. When it comes to body language, you want to have a straight back. You want to have good, strong, straight shoulders. You want to have eye contact. You want to make sure you're smiling every now and again. And you want to use your body. Nobody speaks like that. No, there are people who do that. Nobody should speak like this without moving their body, without ever smiling and losing eye contact. Well, it's not fun. It's not interesting. And it communicates that you are a boring, disconnected, disinterested person. That's not true about you. So part of your personal style, part of the outfit you want to choose every time you go on a date, every time you meet someone online, is body language. When you're dressing for that special date or that important meeting, you also want to remember that your hair is a huge part of your personal style. For example, I am growing my little pixie out right now. It's driving me crazy, but I normally have short, shaved, kind of pink stand-up hair, and I'm growing it out because my next vision for my hair, because hair is an accessory, and I don't want the same hairstyle for 10 years, for goodness sake, that would drive me crazy. So I've got a short, sharp, kind of choppy, sassy body, bob in mind, and I'm going toward that, and it's driving me nuts, but I am working with it. And so you need to understand what you like, and you need to also make sure you have a vision for your hair when you go to your hairstylist. Otherwise, you'll get his or her vision on your head. So get a vision for your hair, have a consultation with a really professional, highly recommended stylist, and make sure that you're wearing the style of hair that you like. But if you have short hair, and you've had short hair for a long time, and by the way, don't you ever cut your hair because they said once you get into your 50s and 60s, you must cut your hair. What BS. Beautiful, long, flowing hairs. I would have long hair if I could. Long hair doesn't look good on me. The longer it gets, the finer it gets. I've got silky, soft, baby fluff, dead straight. This is product, and this is hairspray, and this is my little curler thing. Without it, it's just straight. It doesn't do anything. So I know my hair. So I'm going into a bob, and the longest I can probably do it is around about over here. But when I wear it short, but especially when I wear it short, I do big earrings. So if you have got super short hair or medium short hair, play around with your earrings. They're a very easy, simple, but very effective part of your personal style that can communicate something more interesting about you. It doesn't have to be big hoops. I love hoops of all kinds. It can be all kinds of different colors and shapes and sizes. Just don't wear the same earrings day in and day out. It communicates boring, and you're not boring. So have a look at your hair and have a look at how you need to go and play, try different things out, work out what looks based on you and what makes you feel confident. Interestingly, I'm not very confident without earrings, and I'm not very confident in small earrings at all. Put my big ones in, I'm like, bam, I'm back. That's me. And I want to mention again that it's okay to show some skin. Listen, as women, especially if you are a woman of faith, which I am, there is some regrettable religious training out there that suggests that women of faith, Christian women, need to be dowdy and frumpy and boring and dull. Just like, it's very sad. It's very sad what's been taught out there. And so I studied fashion from the scriptures. So eventually I'm like, this can't be true what they're saying. It doesn't line up with what I know and believe about my Creator. So I went to His Word, and guess what I found? There is good news, my friend, about your body, your beauty, and your personal style. He is the author of red. He is the author. He made the soil and the water and the silkworm that goes into the clothes that you're wearing right now. You can be modest and modern at the same time. There is nothing wrong with showing. Women's shoulders are, for me, some of the most beautiful feminine parts of their body, whether you wear a halter neck or off shoulder like that, or one shoulder, or whatever it is, or a blouse with puffy shoulders. I love this part, but nothing wrong with showing a little bit of skin. And it's really important that you learn to identify what your limits are. Don't be dictated to by what people are saying out there. What are your boundaries? What makes you feel confident and beautiful? Can a Christian woman be sexy? They asked. Yes, of course. She better be sexy, because otherwise, what are we telling the world? To be Christian must be dowdy and frumpy and frustrated and just boring and plain and not interesting. And that's not the case. And by the way, a quick side note on that is women who say, God doesn't care about what I wear. He loves me just as I am. Yeah, I didn't say you must dress up so that He loves you more. He loves you because He loves you because He loves you. He made you. He loves you. But you go to the scriptures. Come on, take me on that conversation. Come on over. I invite you for that conversation and see what He says about who you are, and about how you're supposed to put yourself forth in the world, and about how important your family name is, and about being an ambassador is. Come on now, let's have that conversation. Come on over, I invite you, and you'll be pleasantly surprised and mobilized to start getting up and dressing up and being the bold light on a hill that you are called to be. But point being, it's okay to show a little bit of skin. And if you're single and you want to be a little bit flirty, but you don't want to show too much, you don't have to have any boobs spilling out, no butt spilling out. This with a beautiful pair of bootleg jeans, some classy jewelry, some nicely done hair and makeup, and He will remember you and ask you for a second date. So let's wrap up on this message then for the singles out there who don't want to be single for the rest of their lives. Number one, capsule wardrobe is something that you need to learn. What are the basic essential items and colors that I need in my wardrobe to build a beautiful wardrobe on a budget that is reflective of me, my lifestyle, my personality, and my profession? That's called Dress to Connect. That's number one. Number two, and I go into a lot of detail on this in separate videos, is you need to understand the difference between self-confidence and self-esteem. A lot of my single clients, a lot of them are no longer single, came in talking about an issue with self-confidence, where actually the issue was more with self-esteem. The two are a partnership. They do overlap, but they are very, very different things. And if you want to do a search here on my YouTube channel, subscribe to the channel, and do a search on self-confidence or self-esteem. You will find lots of videos on that. Come on over and join us in Facebook on our Dress to Connect community. It's a closed community. It's for women only. About 9,000 women there who have made the commitment to get up, dress up, and be a bold light on a hill, learning self-confidence versus self-esteem, and how that impacts what we wear, and how we can take that and go out there and live the life we want to live. That's a really, really important part of your personal style journey, is understanding self-confidence versus self-esteem. You need to be committed to yourself if you want to attract a man who will be committed to you too. And that, my friend, starts with today, which is Tuesday, because every day is Tuesday. You get to choose every day whether you are going to be your own biggest critic, or whether you are going to start being your own biggest encourager, your own cheerleader, the woman in the mirror. How are you going to treat her? Because you start treating her well, you're going to attract a different kind of man that is accustomed to treating women well. Mark my words. I know all about this. I have got years of regrettable but powerful experience in this regard. You treat her well, you're going to attract a different kind of man. And that requires you making a decision today. So here's your next step. You have to make the decision to fall in love with the woman in the mirror. If you want him to fall in love with you, you, my friend, have to fall in love with you. I can help you all day long in my coaching program and on our webinars with all the fundamentals of fashion. That side is easy. But the strategic, the core part, which is your heart of your spirit of beauty, which dictates your personal style, begins with how you treat the woman in the mirror. So if you're single and you don't want to be, if you are ready to dress to attract the kind of man that is going to be committed to you, the kind of man that ticks all the boxes that you have, and by the way, you need to shorten that list. I'm too scared to be some woman's friend, never mind their boyfriend, because of the list that's so long. Just start dressing in a way that is authentic, that is representative of the kind of man you want to attract, and he will find you. He is out there.